Hey, everybody, welcome to another edition of NasCard Radio. This is episode 162 of NasCard Radio. I'm your pal Val, and with me is the man, the myth, the legend, PSA, and White Castle Hall of Famer, Logan. Logan, how are you today, tonight?
I'm feeling like I'm not sure that I know what to do with my hands.
All right. So, again, this is NasCard Radio. We're a trading cards and racing meet. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Panini America. Got a great show for everybody today. We always have a great show. A little bit here and there. We have racing recap. We have a lot of actually news nuggets here this week uh, with cards and other stuff. And then we're going to talk about our special segment, the 1986 Bosch Indy Car spark plug set.
Yeah, that's a cool little set.
It's really cool. And we'll finish the show with King's Court. So have a lot going on.
Yeah, we're action packed.
We are. All right, let's do our shout outs to Kyle Katz, Jason Freeman, Tim Mozzie, Skid Marks, Used to Be Fast, JB's, My Useless World 2023. And I didn't buy these for the YouTube comments. We read them, so please leave them.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, everybody liked the speed flick stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
A little blast from the past. We had a bunch of blasts from the past here while we have some down weeks with waiting for product coming out. And speaking of waiting for products to come out, Chronicles still slated for the end of October. Prime is still scheduled for the end of November.
Yeah, back to back. We'll see how that goes.
Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed that we can get the two here. So I don't know where that fits. Prism and NT, and maybe get Prism for Christmas.
Yeah, Prism for Christmas would be nice. NT for Valentine's Day for Daytona would probably be good too.
Yeah. All right. Racing recap. Let's hit it. Why do I have that window open? Let me close that. All right. Racing recap with the Craftsman Truck Series. They were off. Next race is going to be race number 21. The Loves RV Stop 250 at Talladega Super Speedway. That's going to be Saturday, September 30th at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
It's going to be those trucks on that big, massive track. It's going to look like they're standing still.
Yeah, it's always exciting when they're there.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever told you. I'm going to go sideways here for a second, but my father-in-law took his car out on Talladega, doing like 80, 90 miles an hour, and it seemed like you're going so slow.
Oh yeah, and you have to do if you want to get up on the banks. I think you've got to do at least 80 or 90 to get up to actually stay on the banks without falling down.
But it looks like you're going so slow. It's like, come on, come on.
Yeah,
So anyway, I digress. Didn't take long, but okay. And then let's move over to the Xfinity Series. That was race number 28, and that was the Andy's Frozen Custard 300. That was Saturday, September 23rd at Texas Motor Speedway. John Hunter Nemechek was our winner. Highest finisher rookie was Sammy Smith at position 3. And
yeah,
that is 7 wins for him.
he's doing good. He's built a nice resume, which has got him back to Cup, so that's good.
Yeah, I think it's his to lose now. It's going to be a shame with that many wins. So we're all. I'm hoping. I was just thinking. So last year our Xfinity winner was Ty Gibbs, and then went to Cup. So
Hmm.
I guess it's only fitting for John Hunter Nemechek to win and go to Cup. So
Yeah, he's. I think I think he's it's in the bag. I think almost for him.
well, yeah. I mean, he's leading in points, and just knock on wood, he doesn't have any Martin Truex days. So
True.
His rookie cards, like I said, we've talked about a few times this year alone. So 2016 Panini Certified base card there with the different mirror parallels. Also certified potential signatures in 2016 Panini Certified. He's in 2016 Panini Prism, but only with autos and fire suit fabrics. He's in 20. Yeah, so I said fire suit fabrics. I'm sorry, and driver signatures. And then in Torque, 2016 Panini Torque, he has a base card there, printing plates, and then he has the combo material signatures. That's a card there in the bottom left, autographed. That seems to be, if these numbers are right here, 49 or less. There's only two parallels for that.
Wow. I do like
Yeah,
his signature though. He's got a nice signature.
he sure does. You can read it, and which is always a plus.
Indeed.
And then moving over to the highest finisher rookie, Sammy Smith. He has cards in 2022 Dunrush. He has a rated rookie there with and also printing plate signature series. He's in 2022 Panini Chronicles, Clear Vision, Clearly Donruss, Obsidian, Spectra, Stars and Stripes, Chronicles XR, and then moving to 2022 Panini Prism.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Luka Doncic is signing his autograph for him.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, kind of. And then you got that guy on the card.
Yeah,
On the
that
bottom
guy,
left.
yeah. Yep. And then he's also in 2022 Panini National Treasures. So he's everywhere.
He's everywhere. He's everywhere.
I don't know if we want to talk about him now or later. We'll talk about him later.
We'll talk about him later.
All right. So everybody will be surprised when we talk about him later. All right. Let's finish up the Xfinity series. So Hunter Nemechek is with 7 wins so far. And next race, number 29, drive for the QR250 at Charlotte Motor Speedway, Roval. That's going to be Saturday, October 7th at 3 p.m. Eastern. So they are off this weekend.
Yeah, they're not going to be at
Talladega.
Talladega.
Nope. And then moving to the Cup Series, that was race number 30. And that was the Auto Trader Echo Park Automotive 400. And that was Sunday, September 24th at Texas Motor Speedway. William Byron was our winner. Highest finished rookie was Ty Gibbs that position, 33.
He stole that race, man. He just came out of nowhere. He led the last lap.
That's the most important one.
It is the most important one, man. It's back. We're back to that golden horseshoe again.
Yeah, I thought I had how many wins he has this year. He has a few.
Well, I think he's what, six wins this year.
Yeah, I'm sorry, there it is right there. 6 wins, yes.
Yeah.
That's a whole lot of wins. That's another one that can he steal this and win the championship?
The way he's been going, he probably will steal it. It'll come down to
Restarting.
a restart with 10 to go, and he'll pass the leader on the last lap to win the race.
And then he'll be forever enshrined in the NASCAR Hall of Fame.
Yes, as Richard Petty said.
But we're getting way ahead of ourselves. All right.
I'm still hoping Truex can do it. That's my pick. But he's having a terrible playoffs, really. He has no momentum whatsoever.
That's why it's so hard to win.
Yep.
All right. William Byron's cards. I know we talked about him. 2016 Panini Certified base card number 86. That's the graded one in the middle, and the mirror parallels to the right. There's also Panini Certified potential signatures as well. He's in 2016 Panini Torque, driver scripts only. That's the one on the left. And then 2016 Panini Prism driver signatures. So he has a Prism, but it's only with driver signatures, no base card. And then Ty Gibbs, I'm not going to go too crazy on him. 2020 Chronicles and Panini Prism autographs.
Yep, he's got a lot of stuff.
Yep.
Right.
I was thinking about trying to find some 2020 Panini Chronicles blasters. They're hard to find.
Yeah, they are. In fact, I hadn't even thought about that, but I hadn't seen those in a while. But I haven't really been looking for them either, though.
Yeah, I on and off looked for some because I thought it'd be nice to have, but they're tough.
They are. They've gotten real tough.
Yep. And so that was Gibbs. And the next race number 31, that's the Yellowwood 500 at Talladega Super Speedway. And that's Sunday, October 1st at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Stages are going to be end of lap 60, end of lap 120, and 188.
That's going to be a heck of a race, dude.
Oh, yeah. William Byron is leading the points right now with 6 wins. And currently below the cutoff, Bubba Wallace, Tyler Reddick, Ryan Blaney, and Kyle Busch.
I was really hoping that Bubba would win that race.
Oh, I know. But so Kyle Larson is +2, Brad Keselowski +8.
It's tight.
Yeah, I didn't think Larson was he's got 3 wins and he's sitting right there on the line. So anyway,
he crashed.
So get your popcorn now. It's going to be a good one.
Yep.
Moving over to Formula One. That was the 2023 Japanese Grand Prix. And that was Sunday, September 24th at the Suzuka Circuit Land, Japan. That was race number 16. Max Verstappen was our winner. I'm trying to look. He led 51 of the 53 laps. And let's see. So he's won 22 of the last 27 races. So it's back to Max form.
Yep. It's same different race, same song.
It was interesting was Sergio Perez, who had some issues. They took him out, brought him back in, served that 5-second penalty and pulled him back out. But so with this, Max has increased his lead to 177 behind second place.
Yeah, I think he's close to clinching, if I'm not mistaken. I think maybe the next race he may be able to clinch.
I want to say that's what they were talking about.
Yeah. Since
we are at race 16 of 22, so only I didn't hear somewhere how many races were left. 6 races left. Next race is going to be October 8th at 1 p.m. Eastern, and that's at the Qatar Grand Prix at the Losail International Circuit.
Yep. We're back to the old Formula One form where whoever's on the pole is most likely going to win the race, unless they have a mechanical failure or something crazy happens.
Yeah. And I don't know if you want to talk about Max cards. I know we talked about them a lot this year.
Yeah, just go through it quickly.
You got it. So basically, there are a few cards before the 2020. In 2016, there's 2 cards. There's a 2018. These are from the Topps Trumps. These were sold as complete sets and cellophane in those plastic boxes, kind of. And then we had the 2020 Topps Now, and then the 2020 Topps Chrome Sapphire, Dynasty. There's 2020 Topps Stickers and 2020 Topps Turbo Attacks cards. So if you're on a budget, you can still get some Max cards there with the stickers and Turbo Attacks.
Yeah, and like we
And
said before, you don't have to buy a PSA 10. You can buy PSA 9s or 8s and still collect it.
they shine just as well.
They're so shiny.
Yep. There's plenty of different product you can. You don't have to have the PSA 10s. You can afford the lower level stuff if Max is your guy, or whoever it is. So I know F1 can get a little pricey on some stuff, but I was just thinking about the other day. So we still have the Miami Grand Prix. Those tops cards are still out there. They haven't gone to Cody yet, right? And they haven't been to Las Vegas.
Right.
So
So
we're gonna get, or we think we're gonna get tops giveaways at Coda and Las Vegas.
I would definitely bet on that for sure.
So if you're looking for something to collect for the year, you go after the Miami Grand Prix now, as well. Everybody who's not listening and watching the show has kind of forgotten about.
Right.
And then you're ready for Vegas and Coda when they're ready.
Well, they issued what? It was a 10-card set, or not a 10-card set, but 10 cards. So, it was the 22 drivers and then I think it was 18 principals, I think.
Something like that.
Something like that. And so they did 10. So they're going to do, another 10 and then another 10 to complete the set of 30. So they should definitely have those.
Yeah, so it's, I think, a cheaper route if you're wanting to collect those and not do the chromes or whatever else. So I guess what I'm saying is there's lots to collect, different ways to collect however you want, and we're here to kind of remind folks of maybe some of the other things that maybe people have forgotten about.
Well, if for some crazy reason that Panini stops making NASCAR trading cards, there's plenty of trading cards for us to collect still. So
And still talk about on the show.
and still talk about on the show. So even if that was to happen, which and I pray that it never happens, we still got plenty to collect.
Right. All right. So we talked about the next race. So that's it. IndyCar is done for the season.
Yep. IndyCar's say la vie till next year.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yep.
All right. And so I guess we talked about some news nuggets.
Yeah. Do you want me to start on one of them, and you want to take another one, or how? I don't. Depends on whatever you want to do.
I'll let you do them all. I'll run the board here.
All right. Well, that sounds like a wiener to me, man.
If you forget one, I'll chime in. But
all right. So let's start out first. Coming this weekend, and this is from NasCar.com. This Sunday, Ryan Preece's number 41 Ford will feature the classic white and blue Wonder Bread paint scheme made famous by Ricky Bobby in Talladega Nights. It's actually Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby is the official, I think, title of the movie. But also Chase Briscoe will don the Old Spice red and blue on his Ford Mustang, paying homage to Cal Naughton Jr.'s car from the feature film. So that's going to be cool. I think we got some graphics. Yeah, check that out. He's got a cougar.
yeah. He's like, ah. Yeah, this is a great tie-in for Wonder Bread, Old Spice.
Oh, it's going to be cool. I can only imagine what the radio is going to sound like.
Oh yeah, I bet there's gonna be a lot of catchphrases from the movie.
Oh yeah, especially the I want to go fast and things like that.
Yeah, I did tweet out when I saw that. I was like, no way, and that this was a great opportunity for a Panini instant, and that we need at least some kind of trading card from this.
We really, really do. But we don't talk about diecast very much on here. But Lionel's, they're going to have diecast, so they'll be able to capitalize on that. Too bad from a trading card aspect, we won't be able to do it unless they have something next year. I don't know.
Yeah, if they take photos of it, I'm trying to think. Best they could do is Prism, I guess, since that's not slated yet, maybe. But
Yeah, we might be able to see it in Prism or NT.
Prism, we're not going to
maybe.
see until Daytona.
Yeah, it's just I just wish they still had Panini Instant. I missed that. I think it would be
Exactly.
great.
That's what it's for. It's there to be able to turn something around within a week instead of 6 months.
Oh yeah, it'd be cool to have those and then get them autographed. It'd be cool to get them autographed also by Will Ferrell and
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah,
Get some 8x10s of that, Ricky, right? Ryan Priest.
yeah. Let's just hope he doesn't catch on fire.
Oh, I was thinking about that, but
Oh,
I'm sure. I wonder if Will Ferrell will be there.
oh, that would be awesome if Will Ferrell's there. He might be. You never know.
And the guy that was in the some of the pit crew up on the box.
Yeah.
I mean, you could take this to a whole nother level. So anyway, that's really cool. It's not a great movie. It's a funny movie, right? It's not going to win any Academy Awards. It's there to, I want to veg out and have some laughs. And it's one of those things where you watch it, the more you watch it, you catch some different things. So
Yeah, you sure do.
Yep.
All right. So the next thing that we've got, this is from NBCSports.com. And JR Motorsports has finalized its lineup for the 2024 Xfinity Series season after signing Sammy Smith to a multi-year deal. So that's really cool. The 19-year-old will take over the number 8 Chevrolet starting in 2024 as Josh Berry moves to the NASCAR Cup Series and Stewart-Haas Racing. It says Smith will also bring partners Pilot Flying J, TMC Transportation, and Allstate Peterbilt Group. So he's going to be bringing some sponsorship. So I'm sure Junior's going to be happy about that. And those cars are good cars, man.
This is a great move for him. Good equipment, good driver. Kid's only 19. He can go to Xfinity for a few years and he'll be ready for Cup and, be right there contending for championship in Xfinity.
Yeah, I could see that if he has a good year next year, he may be able to get a Cup ride in 2025. You never know what could happen. But he did sign a multi-year deal, so who knows how that would work.
He'd have to go to Hendrick.
Yeah, he would have to go to Hendrick since Junior's team's kind of like a satellite team for them.
But I say it's going to help his cards. Doing well always helps the values and collectability. So,
No doubt.
doing well. So
yeah,
that's
the
awesome.
Junior effect.
I mean, look at Allgaier and Sam Mayer and who am I leaving out?
Justin Allgaier. You've got Coach. You got Josh Berry this year.
Oh yeah, Josh Berry.
And Sam Mayer. Yeah. So
good stuff.
So yeah. So next thing I want to talk about is from Panini. I got a bunch of emails a couple days ago, and I should be getting some of these things tomorrow from what I can see. The 75th anniversary redemptions have been fulfilled. Literally all of them have been fulfilled. The Richard Petty, the Dale Jr., Danica, Tony Stewart, and Jeffy Poo. They've all been fulfilled, every single one of them, and they are on card. So this is going to be awesome. I haven't gone back to see if I'm getting all of the ones I'm supposed to get or not. I need to go check my Panini account and make sure. But I should be hopefully getting both the regular card and the holos. So I don't know when they got those done. Apparently it's before Texas because we had told you guys earlier here on NASCAR Radio that Misha had told us from Panini that these were going to be shipping soon, and here they are. They're shipping, and the crazy thing is that Panini is sending each individual one, and I have several. In fact, my redemptions are over here. Let me see if I can grab them real quick. I'm not going to show them all, but I've got a stack of redemptions like that.
Wow.
And those are just the 75th anniversary ones. So they're all coming in individual packages from FedEx. And luckily, FedEx is based here in Memphis. So it'll be interesting to see how those. I may do a YouTube video on all of them. I may just wait till I get all the boxes because I got some on one day and then some the next day. So I don't know when they're all going to come. I'm going to check it later. But that's really cool. I'm glad to see that those have been fulfilled. I'm sure we're going to see more in the upcoming issues of Chronicles, in NT, Prism, and Prime. So that's going to be cool. So if you
That's
guys have,
awesome.
yeah,
I mean, it looks like looks really pretty on card auto. We knew about that from the national, and if you listen to the show then and have been listening to the show, then you know that they were going to be on card, and which I think is going to make them more desirable as well. So plus that special 75th anniversary, it's going to be awesome.
yeah, this is going to be a set. I think it's going to be, like I said, spanning across the other 4 issues. So that's going to be cool to see who all they have. Of course, we know they're going to have Jimmy and Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch and those guys, Joey Logano. So
The
I'm sure.
key is going to be Brad Keselowski.
Yes, because we know he doesn't sign. He just signs stickers right now. Ever since they had that dust up with the auto pen and press pass,
2012 Ignite, exactly.
yeah, it's just not been the same for Brad K. He is not a happy camper about signing cards.
So be curious. Like I said, they look beautiful.
They do look beautiful. Do you have any? Do you have any coming?
I haven't been able to snag any.
Oh man, I'm gonna get
It's
you
all
some.
right.
But you know what? I've got extras on some of them. We can do a trade.
Okay. Well, plus don't forget, we got more releases coming that's going to have them in them. So
That's very true.
usually with me, I play the long game. I pick up stuff when everybody else is not picking up stuff. I wait
That's
for you to.
SMRT.
Well, when you get as old as me, I know I know better to go rush out and pick stuff up, or I either get it early before it peaks, or try to get it after the fact. Um, and like I said, like right now, once these start hitting, people realizing how beautiful they are, they will start snapping up the other redemptions that haven't been fulfilled yet. So I think they're beautiful cards. I'm sure I can't wait for you to get them, do a video to see. This is not a great photo, and it still looks amazing. So
Yeah, I should have them all by next week. So on next week's show, we'll do a little show and tell on them.
right, and again, if you listen to the show, you knew that it was happening. So again, we try to bring as much news as we can, information to everybody. So what was I saying there? If you're not tuning in to the show each week, then you're tuned out.
That's right. If you're not first, you're last.
Exactly. All right, what else do we have? We saw. Uh, Speaking of, I guess, redemptions and stuff. If you're opening Donruss, make sure you're turning in your VIP codes. We saw a
Yep.
pretty cool prize that somebody showed. Oh, get
Yep.
show your.
Yeah, shades code. There you
All right. Yeah. So somebody got a mini. I guess it's a mini helmet there of Joey Logano. That's really nice.
go. That's really nice.
I want a shirt. That's the best I've done, but this is, I think, a step up.
Yeah, it's got a little hologram with it and everything, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I've only won T-shirts. I've never won anything past a T-shirt. I've won like 3 different T-shirts.
So you got to put those codes in because I think there's a winner every week, every month, and it's a low right now too, right?
Yeah, there's a big lull right now till we wait till Chronicles comes out.
Exactly. So again, playing the long game, or know when you take your hits.
Yeah, I need to put mine in, man. I got about 6 or 8 right here. I guess I need to be putting in.
There you go. All right. Any other?
Yeah, I do want to give a shout out real quick.
Sure.
Yeah, to Tony Stacer. He got a prize pack from Hunt Brothers Pizza, and one of the things that he showed it on Twitter, and one of the things he got was a cup. And if you guys know me, watch the show, I love the plastic NASCAR collectible cups.
He does.
I probably have, oh my God, I bet I've got 800 or 900 different cups. I mean, I've got a lot of cups. It's different cups, and I got multiples of a bunch. So I love the cups. I love them almost as much as cards. So I just like went on Twitter and said, "Hey man, what can I do to talk you out of that cup?" And he said, "Hey man, you can have it." So I sent him my address and everything, and he sent me the cup. And I love this cup, man. It's really nice, actually.
It's a nice cup.
Yeah, and it's got the forever logo on there, forever a champion. So it's a really a cool cup, and it's a real plastic cup. It's not some cheap cup. So it's really nice what Hunt Brothers did. But then he also, in a random act of kindness, he sent me some Ty freaking Gibbs cards. He sent me 3 different Ty freaking Gibbs cards, which was really, really nice. And he sent me through the mail autograph of the King, Richard Petty. So thank you, Tony. I appreciate what you did for me, man. I really, really do.
Now, speaking of the King, I can't confirm this yet, but I got a whiff of someone saying that there's rumors going around that Richard Petty will stop signing through the mail at the end of the year.
Whoa.
So I don't know if that's legit or not, but we always advocate to make sure if you've never had a Richard Petty autograph to send through the mail to the museum, and you can do 2 a year. So not that you need to stock up and on hundreds of Richard Petty autographs, but sending them through the mail. But you know, uh, it's pretty awesome to get one of those full signatures from him. Just mail the cards and envelope, self-addressed stamped envelope. The instructions are on the website. All you need to do is like Google the Richard Petty autograph request, and
Yeah.
that stuff will come up. But it's amazing that somebody of his stature in any sport that he signs through the mail for free, because we know about the baseball guys, football guys, hockey guys. So
Very true. And I'm sitting here thinking, I think I've got a 1986 Sports Stars Photographics that needs his name on it.
yes, you do. I think I already have one.
I've got one too, but I've got one that I don't have graded that would be perfect for him to sign. So I got to get busy on that.
Yep.
Hopefully he's not like PSA, where he gets inundated with thousands and thousands of autograph requests.
Well, until again, that's why everybody's tuning into the show. We're trying to bring you the information as we hear it. Got our ear to the ground, to get those in sooner rather than later. I know I
Well,
put off sending stuff, so
me too. I've put
there's
it
a
off.
few.
But
Yeah, there's a few one or two I want to get signed. So
yeah, and if any of you guys are lucky enough to have a 72 STP card, now may be the time. But man, it's kind of risky sending a card like that in the mail.
no, I would not. I mean, I think I told you years ago when we went, I left the A3 Uno when me and you went to the museum.
Yeah.
I left the 83 Uno and something else there to get signed. I got it,
Yeah. Well,
but
I mean,
that was back in the day.
well, he's got those 2 ladies that work there for him, and they just spread everything out on the table. He just comes through and signs his name, and they pack it all up and send it back. So he just has to come in and sign. I think he does it like one day a week. He comes in there and signs at the museum.
Well, I know he definitely has earned some time off from signing.
He definitely has.
As
If
much as he's
anybody in
been
this
signing.
world has, you're right. Agreed.
I'm almost wondering if it's because there's nothing left in the world that he hasn't signed. You saw that with Bubba, right? So there was a tweet there. Bubba was in his car or was in the pit or was somewhere, and Rich came by and signed his arm.
I saw that. Yeah, he was
It,
in Ricky Bobby mode. He was in autograph signing mode.
yeah, and I told him I put down a book. He picked it up and signed it. I didn't want him to sign it, but and then Bubba was like, if he got 43,000 retweets or whatever, he'd get a tattoo. Uh, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, I wanted just to pass that on. I don't know if it's legit or not, but maybe to put give me some extra motivation to send some stuff that I want to get signed.
Yeah, I definitely got to get busy on that.
All right. Anything else?
I think it may be time to talk about our feature presentation.
All right. I need to get a nice splash screen or music for our like cartons opening or something.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. We'll have to get on that. Okay. 86 Bosch Indy Set. I pulled this from an older Beckett annual. The Bosch spark plugs produced this set featuring top IndyCar drivers. Each card is unnumbered and features a driver photo and car photo on the card front. Card back contain driver career information and stats. The pricing for this is a little off. This actually sat better in the book for me to scan it for everything. But I think mint is 200. I think near mint is 100 in the current. But the card prices are close to what they are. Actually, I want to take it back. I want to say the other drivers are like half the price than the Andretti. So,
Yeah,
but I think
the Mario is
it's a key.
definitely the one you want.
I really think they're very colorful. This is what they look like. And the back centering is really tough on these because there's not a lot of borders, not a lot of room for error for cutting.
No, there's not. Yeah, with those thin borders, you get a lot of OC cards.
Yeah, I think you had some stats on PSA. I don't know if you have them handy or not, but you can work on them. I'll show some more.
Yeah, I've got the stats handy. I can tell y'all real quick. They don't grade very well. They really don't, just because of those very thin borders. PSA has graded to date 52 of these cards. So
That's it.
Not a lot of them have been graded. Of course, I think Mario may be the one that's had the most cards graded. He's had like 11 cards graded. But if you look at some of the PSA stats, there's only one card that's been graded a 10 and only 5 9s. So that tells you right there. But then you've got a lot of off center, a lot of 9 OCs. There's 12 9 OCs out there.
There you go.
So there you go. The cards, they look great. They could be a 9 if they weren't off center, but they are off center. And there are like 8. No, excuse me. There are 8 OCs out there. So again, a lot of off center cards.
That's 20 of the 52 that are off center, 8s and 9s.
So that just tells you right there. And they didn't do a great job of cutting them. I mean, these were giveaways for when you bought spark plugs, for crying out loud. So they, hey, here you bought a 8-pack of spark plugs. Here you go. Here's a free set of cards.
I always go back to what Dane Turner told me about, collectibles and freebies that people didn't save them.
No, they didn't.
Because you're talking about 52 have been graded. That's been 37 years. And only 52 have been graded.
Mm-hmm.
And 20 of them are off center.
Yeah. And only one of them's a 10, for crying out loud.
And only one of them's a 10. And I think they look great. I like the color. Maybe the photograph's not super sharp, but again, you're talking 1986, right? 1986 Topps baseball and football and stuff. So it's around that era. And you can see on the back that Mario, because the back's supposed to be 90-10 at least. So you got issues with back centering too. So it could have been set on the sheet wrong too to make it, if that makes sense, right? The front and back were offset somewhat, which then exacerbates the cutting of it.
Yeah, and if you notice, there's no actual manufacturer that printed and made these cards. So, you just have to assume that Bosch went to some printer and they just went, oh yeah, we can make you some cards. Here you go.
Yeah, in 86, who do you go to?
Yeah, I mean, this predates 88 Max.
Correct. And also World Outlaws.
Yeah. I mean, this is a really, in the grand scheme of things, it's an early set as far as, a collectible, regular, size trading card set.
All we really had was like the PPGs. from IndyCar, which is that white stock. So, but let me go through. So that's the Andretti. There's 8 cards like we were talking about. So we have the Fittipaldi here and Rick Ayers. There's the Gem 10.
There it is, right there, and then you see the 90C on Rick Mears right there, and you see how bad that thing is cut.
Right.
Bruno Giacomelli, I believe that's how you pronounce his name.
Okay.
And Danny Sullivan, spin and win.
And then the Unsers.
Yeah, look at little Al. He was just a puppy.
Yeah.
And you can see again, those cards are way off center. Those are OCs right there.
Yeah. But it's a nice little set. Right.
Oh,
And
I love that set.
so and it came cellophaned all together, so it wasn't like individuals packed cellophaned. It was all the whole complete set was cellophane with a piece of paper in there.
Yep,
So
sure did.
so do you remember opening these?
Yeah, in fact, I opened all the ones I had to get them graded.
So how like the 88 Max, I always like the 88 Max is so cellophane is so tight that you have to worry about damaging the corners when you open them. So at least with 88 Max, like I'll kill the cover card. I'll use a knife or something or a scissor and score the outside of it and then go around. But with something like this, how do you open that pack without damaging the corners?
Well, I used an X-Acto knife and just kind of stuck it on the back to pop it and then get underneath of it that way. That's the way I did it. They weren't as tightly wrapped as the 88 Max, but they were still wrapped the same way.
And I'm sure you don't remember, but was it wrapped like a wax pack, and so that they were over each other and then kind of heated up and then sealed that way, or was it shrunk wrap like the 88 Max?
It's shrunk wrap like the 88 Max.
Okay, all right.
And what you had on the back, you had this little piece of paper, and it says a full year of racing. And what it is, I'll unfold this. This was an offer that you could actually buy a Bosch calendar for 1986 for just the low price of $5.95.
Nice.
And as you can see, it says right here on the bottom, please send me X number of 1986 Bosch racing calendars. Wow. So I don't know if they were making a lot of money off of calendars back then or not, but that was the piece of paper that was in the back of the cards. All the packs that I had were opened or have been opened. I personally opened them myself. Now, let me tell you a quick story real quick. I was at the St. Louis Card Show back in I think it was 1987. And I was set up with my buddy Mike. In fact, it was his table. I was just helping him. And this guy rolls up. He's got this paper sack, and it's got a bunch of different cards and weird stuff in there. And among those cards were four pack. I think it was 4 packs of the 86 Bosch. I had never seen them because I looked through the sack. And Mike, it's his table. He looked through it. He goes, "There's nothing in here I want." And he goes, "See if there's anything in here you want." So I looked. I saw those 86 Bosch sets. I had never seen them before. I had no idea what they were. Nothing. And I asked the guy. He goes, "What do you want for them?" And he goes, "I'll just take $2 $2 a set." That's okay. I mean, I didn't know anything, so I bought all 4 sets for $2 a set back then. So I gave the guy $8, and he went on his merry way. He was happy, and I was happy, and I didn't know till a couple years later how tough they really were.
Yeah, I think I saw some on eBay. I should have bought them, but whatever reason I didn't. Somebody must have had a whole kind of like that. They had 8 or 10 of them, and they were selling them for maybe $8-10 a set, sealed or whatever. So this was years ago. I always liked that set, but like I said, I never pulled the trigger on them. So
yeah, to me, this is the card you want.
Yeah,
Is the Mario. It'd be cool to get one of these signed.
Yeah, PSA 10 on that would be big money.
Yep.
Even a 9.
8.
Yeah. And then to your point, having that set autographed. Well, if you can find some of the ones that folks would pass, but
But it's a great set. It's a highly collectible set. I mean, even if you're a NASCAR collector, it's a set that I would recommend you trying to collect and pick up if you can find it for the right price. Just because they're so iconic. I mean, and these are definitely old school. It's got the old school card stock. And there's nothing special about those backs. It's kind of like what Topps used to do back in the day. I mean, it was just the card stock back, and they just printed on it. So they're pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find them for a decent price if you have patience, right? And wait for the
Yeah.
right ones to pop up. So I guess I need to put some save searches on those.
Yeah, I would. I've got some extra ones though. I mean, I've got a few extra that have been graded. I've tried to upgrade some over the years.
And I've seen some come out on ComC too. I think there's some out there. They might be a little overpriced, but a lot of stuff on ComC can be overpriced.
Yeah.
You got priced up high during the pandemic, and then they haven't gone back to revisit the pricing.
Yeah, they haven't gone back to reality yet.
But it's a cool little set, and we just wanted to remind everybody about that. Folks who knew about it and didn't pick it up, or folks who've never seen it before. We've been doing this a long time, and we've seen a lot of stuff with racing. So I always forget that 37 years ago, it does not seem like 37 years ago. So to me,
It really doesn't. I mean, it's gone by so quick. I can still remember looking in that bag and seeing those sets in there and buying those from that guy. He just had a paper bag with all kinds of cards and top loaders, and he had these sets. It's like, okay, cool. I'll take them.
very cool.
Yep.
All right. Anything else?
Oh,
I know what else. Do we have time? We'll go to Goldin real quick.
Oh yeah. Let's go check out the
I
Goldin market and see
totally
what's going
forgot. I
on.
don't think I even mentioned that in the thing, but just to let everybody know, I got the email that Goldin was having some auctions, and naturally, I went to the racing section, and there's some high dollar cards out there. You got the trying to look to see how many days or whatever left. The Lewis Hamilton orange auto, but there's a lot of dynasty out there. Just kind of letting you guys know there's some graded cards out there for some low bids, $9 with so like a day left. So this will drop tomorrow. So
Yeah.
some of this will be gone, some of it will not. There's some NASCAR in here with Brandon Brown and Richard Petty stained glass.
That's cool. I like that stained glass, man.
Yeah, there's some 2020 Topps Chrome Sapphires right there. And there's a car. If you're in a NASCAR,
Real race car.
real Dale Earnhardt Senior real race car. Right? It says Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah, that's his Busch series car or Xfinity series, whatever you want to call it.
So that's 1998 NASCAR 50 greatest drivers. Where does it show what year the car is?
Yeah, I'm looking to see.
Yeah, but it's a real legit car. Car he
Yep.
used.
Yep, it's not a diecast.
It's it's like the 64 scale. It's the 1 scale.
It's the 1-to-1 scale.
It is that. So starting at bid is at 50,000. So it looks like there's no bidders yet, but for the NASCAR fans, got everything.
How much is shipping?
I was gonna, yeah, well, yeah, you have to get a transport, or I'll drive it home.
Yeah, I don't think it's street legal, but you can
Get a dealer tag.
Mm-hmm.
So we have more Dynasty. There's a case of 2020 Dynasty at 17,000 right now, 18 bids. There's a 4950 Juan Manuel Fangio rookie card. I thought
That's
when I
pretty
saw
cool.
that there's 2 of them. This one is a good 2. This is a 1.
It's amazing that thing even exists. It looks like it was in the back of a sticker album or some kind of pasted into an album or something.
Yeah. Really cool for some of that older stuff.
You know, that's the first I've seen of that particular card. I mean, it seems like every couple months they find a card that's a year older.
Yep. And there's a few Max out here. 88 Max, PSA 10, Bill Elliott, and Richard Petty. Right now, bids are at $5. There's the 87 Question of Sport UK with Senna there. That's PSA 8 and 9. Fernando Alonso, PSA 8.
Yep. Futera card.
Yep. There's a Harvick, National Treasures.
2016. Yeah, I bet you could pick that one up for a good price. I bet that one will go for a low price.
Yeah, that's a 9. So I bet you're right.
Yeah.
Future Hall of Famer last year.
Yep, he'll be in the Hall of Fame in 2 years.
Yeah, so I just wanted to kind of let folks know about that. Hopefully, if you see something, you're able to jump in there and get. Here's one I missed, but scratch and play for Senna, Tambay rookie cards. I don't know if I. Oh, wow. I think we've talked about this before, but it's been a while. It might have been perforated, the one we saw last time, but that's a 8.
That's actually really good for those.
Yeah. It's at 5,500 with 24 bids.
Wow.
4 days left as of now, so
that's a cool card, man.
That is rare because it's rare and not manufactured scarcity rare.
Right. Yeah, I need to get myself a Patrick Tambay rookie card.
Yeah, me too. I have to go search UK eBay sites looking for that. So anyway, I just want to kind of throw that out. Again, we're trying to just remind folks about some different things, different avenues, places to find racing. So again, it doesn't have to be PSA 10. There's still good stuff out there.
No, and I've picked up some good bargains over this last year on the Goldin auctions. So there are bargains to be had there. You just have to get out there and be patient and bid away.
Yeah, I know the Sports Card Radio guys are enjoying the Goldin site.
Yeah, they do that every Thursday night, man.
So as long as they stay away from the racing.
Yeah, I think we're safe there, at least for now, until NASCAR gets hot again, and everybody will be going, we got to get some NASCAR.
And get that Ricky Bobby Butt Wonder Bread stuff out from Talladega, some sheet metal.
Yeah, oh, that'd be cool. If there is some sheet metal that becomes available, if Panini could get their hands on it and make that into cards.
There you go.
Yeah, so we could have something.
All right, we're running along already.
All right, it's time for that for you to roll the beautiful bean footage. This week for our King's Court, we're going to start out with honorable mention number 1. This was on the 22nd of September. It's Darrell Wallace Jr., a.k.a. Bubba, 2016 Panini Prism Camo Super Short Print, number 4 of 6, auto. And this card went out for bids, and it landed at $511 with 5 bids. Very cool.
Right there. Okay. I was like looking for the for the serial numbers right there, right above the W in 4 or 6.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I love that card.
Yeah, I saw some guys on the Nuts site talking about it. Some of the guys were trying to snag it, but it went high. It's
It did go high. But, he's
well,
got that
it,
Michael Jordan connection.
it's high in NASCAR. It's low in F1, right? I mean,
Yeah,
price. It's all how your perspective.
yeah, it's all relative, man. Yeah, for us, that's pretty high. For Formula One guys, it's like, oh, it's chump change. Here you go.
Yeah, you got change for 1,000. Yep.
Yeah. All
Cool.
right, cool. All right, next up, our honorable mention number 2. This was on the 20th of September, and it's somebody we just talked about. It's a 2022 Panini Prism Richard Petty Flashback Auto Black 1 of 1. They had a starting bid of $500. They had one bidder, and it went for $500. So pretty cool.
I think we saw this out at a higher price. They must have converted it over to a auction or something.
Yeah, I think they came down on the price and actually did an auction, and someone went click and got it.
Yeah, that's nice. It's a nice card, that black.
I love that card. It looks
Yeah.
great, man.
Sure does.
Yeah, I'm always hoping to pull something cool like that.
All right, cool, very nice.
All right, our Joker of the week is next. This was on the 26th of September, and this is really cool. The reason it's a Joker is just so unusual. It's a Tiny Lund 2007 Press Pass Legends Racing Cut Signature, number 2 of 4. And the seller was asking $500 for this. Guess what? Somebody went click and bought this one too.
Do you remember in the early 2010s, they were selling all his checks?
I do remember that.
They were all on eBay. They were like $30 or $25 a piece. I think I have a few of them somewhere.
I've got one that's graded. It's from his fish camp.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know, his
Pretty
wife
cool.
or whatever. All those checks that he signed, somebody was selling them. So I don't know if they've all dried up or now or not.
But I just thought that was really cool.
No, it is. It is. But for high dollar, I mean, it was press pass making a cut signature for out of this 2007 Legends. So, I mean, he's in the 89 winner circle, and
Yeah,
for folks who don't know, Tiny was not small by no means,
no.
and he is the one who pulled Marvin Panch out of the burning car at Daytona for who was driving for the Wood Brothers, and then Marvin kind of lobbied for Tiny to run the car in Daytona, and he won the Daytona 500.
Yeah, he sure did.
You couldn't make this stuff up. So I'm waiting for the movie.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, but I think
right?
that was what. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was
64?
1963. He won the 63 Daytona 500.
He sure did. So anyway, I digress.
Yeah,
But Tiny Lund, legend.
I've actually got one of his fire suits here. It was the first fire suit I ever got. I traded a computer for it long time ago.
I remember that story.
A long time ago, and that computer's not worth anything now, and because it was like a 286 or something back in the day, and I still got the fire suit right here. It was the first one I ever had.
All right, let's keep moving.
All right, cool, man. Next up, we've got our Jack of the Week. This is our young driver. This is on the 24th of September. It's a 2023 Tops Now. Liam Lawson. It's his first F1 card, rookie card, gold, 1 of 1. And of course, they say Red Bull AlphaTauri. And they were asking $2,999 for this card. But hey, it didn't go far. They accepted the best offer, $1,500 for this card.
That was a lottery ticket right there. Buy a Tops Now and get the lottery ticket.
Yeah, I mean, that's whoever got that. I mean, that was just bonus for them.
Wow.
But he's an unproven rookie, but you never know what could happen with him. I mean, I guess it's like anything else, and you can do a little bit of prospecting, or maybe you just collect him, or maybe Liam Lawson himself bought the card.
Possibly. I was thinking his mom did, but I don't know.
Maybe, yeah, maybe his mom did. That's like Zachary Tinkle. I think his mom's out there buying all his cards. Seriously, this has been a while ago. I was on a break, watching a break, and his mom had bought his spots. She was on there getting cards.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that's a pretty cool card. Do I think it's worth $1,500? No.
I know, but I do like the mirror effect on it.
Yeah, it's a nice looking card.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
All right. So next up is our Queen of the Week. This is also it's on the 22nd of September. It's a 2022 Panini Prism NASCAR Haley Deegan Spotlight Black Finite 1 of 1. So here's another Black Finite 1 of 1. This card actually went out for bidding, and they started with $250, and that's what it went for. So they just had one click, and it went for $250.
Wow, $250 not autographed.
Ungraded, not autographed.
Yeah, I'm not sure about her. I know we're starting to sour on her, but she needs
Me
a good
too.
finish. Let's see how she does in Talladega this weekend.
Man, wouldn't it be crazy if she won Talladega? There was a big wreck and the seas parted like it did for Austin Dillon, and then he'd just go right on through there and win the race.
She needs it.
So you never know. Anything can happen. Those are wild card races, so you never know.
Well, usually if there's an accident, she finds them. So she had to get the reverse the magnet to repel.
Yes, she does. She's got to reverse the magnet, no doubt.
All right.
So next is our King of the Week. Yeah, buddy. This is on the 25th of September. It's a PSA 9 Dale Earnhardt 1994 Max Medallion Redemption. It's the 88 Max, and it comes with a letter, which is also signed by Dale Earnhardt Sr.
Right. That is awesome. That's a legit auto. And that's why in the 94 Max Medallions, these are redemptions.
Yeah.
Because you got the letter and the card, not in the PSA holder, but.
Yep. But it's a beauty, man. I'll take PSA 9s all day long.
With the letter, yeah. And it comes with that certificate too, that matching.
Yeah.
So that number should match.
So yeah. So they were asking $2,595 for this card.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what it settled at? It settled at a best 15? Offer of a lower.
Whoa, 12?
Lower.
1,000?
Higher.
So 11,000. $1,130.
You're a little high, but $1,100 even.
Wow.
I think somebody got a good deal on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 9, and it comes with letter and certificate. It doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, because the one I've got that's a PSA 10 does not have either one of those. So yeah, I just have the card.
Yeah. Because you get that letter in a PSA like 8x10 holder.
Mm-hmm.
That would be awesome. Like like they do with a comic book or whatever. It'd be big size. That'd be really cool. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Really good price on that.
I think so too. I think they did really good. I think they stole that actually for $1,100 with everything they got with it.
I think so.
All right, cool. So next up is our Ace, one of the week. This is on the 27th of September. It's a 2020 Topps F1 Dynasty Alexander Albon triple relic with the Puma patch and all that on there, which is a really cool relic. It's a 1 of 1. They were asking $3,500 for this, and they actually settled on a best offer of $3,250.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a nice auto. I mean, it's a good-looking car with that black and white.
Yep.
The auto in blue and part of the Puma.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of like a Slinky dog or something. You know?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that's nice. That's a lot of money, but again,
Yeah,
that's not my wheelhouse. But more power to them.
yeah, no doubt. I mean, I like that card a lot. I think it's, but it is Alex Albon. So, still, that's a pretty hefty price for that card.
Yes, sir. All right.
32.50. All right. So our Royal Flush of the Week. This was on the 24th of September, 2020, and actually it's a multitude of cards. It's a 2020 Topps Chrome F1 cards 1 through 20. The refractors, they're all PSA 10s. It's what they call the main driver full set. And they were asking $9,500 for these. Now think about that. There's 20 cards there. It's all the drivers. And it ended up selling for $7,000. So that's like $350 a card.
Yeah, and there's a refractor version.
Yeah.
N10s,
And they're all 10s.
2020. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good deal.
I think so too. That's what I was thinking. I thought they, for $7,000, I think they did very, very good. I mean, because you've got Lewis and Max right there. I mean, those
Yeah,
are worth more than $350.
and yeah, for everybody, the PSA 10s, they're 2020s, and you have the grading fees involved in there too. So
Right. Yeah, you got Lando Calrissian Norris in there. I mean, he's up and coming. Let me look. He finished second. So
Russell,
yeah.
Perez, everybody, Leclerc,
So
Sainz. Yeah, I think that's a good deal.
I think somebody did very well with that actually for because you got to think that's the first year. So
And it's the refractor version.
yeah, it'd be different. It was the base, but it's the refractors.
Right.
And those grade tough because they get scratched easy and everything. So to get all PSA 10s, all 20 drivers for that price, kudos to whoever got it. They did good.
Yeah, I mean, you can't buy wax and try to open it and get the refractors. So
Mm-mm.
basically, I don't remember how much the boxes are, if they're $2 or $3 a piece, but you're looking at, and there's only 18 a packs a box. So you're talking 2 boxes, 3 boxes, and three
Oh,
boxes will get you more than the $7,000. So,
yeah.
and without the grading fee. So yeah, I think this is one of those things where buy them open and graded already instead of buying the wax.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
prime example. So
Yeah, perfect example. But it's
because you get all that base and not and only a few refractors.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that. I
Oops,
don't have
sorry.
that kind of money, but I think they did very, very well.
I think so too. Very
So
nice.
that's this week's King's Court.
All right. Just a little bit over here.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
All right. Anything wrap up we missed? We missed while we were talking.
Well, I'm sure people are going to notice, but I've got a goatee going on right now. If I'll do a quick little up in
Zoom
the air
in.
here thing, and you can see that I've got some action going on my chin. I had what I would call for myself a pretty devastating bike wreck on this past Thursday. I was actually went to the emergency room. It was so bad. I'll just say this: it hurt so bad. I thought I was going to die, and I'm glad everything worked out. But I did bust my chin. I've got a couple cracked ribs, and so I'm in a lot of pain. But I'm doing
Once you
okay.
got to the emergency room, you let them know you're part of NasCardRadio, and they zipped you right in.
They did. I said, "Hey, I'm Logan Ward. I'm with NASCAR Radio," and they went, "Oh, you're that guy," and they took me right on in.
Yeah, I'm glad you're right. I mean, you were miles in on the trail.
I was 4 miles in. I had my bike shifter broke. I was stuck in the third highest gear, which meant I was pedaling really fast and going nowhere fast. So it took me a little while to get out. Plus, I was hurting. I have a heart rate monitor that I wear, and it hit my sternum, and that's what knocked the breath out of me. I laid on the ground for a while. I literally thought, I said, well, this is it, man. This is where I'm going to die right here. And I've never had that feeling in my life till this. But went to the hospital. They did the MRI and the CAT scan, all the junk on me, and sewed me up. It was gashed pretty good. I hit a big old log. I mean, I saw it coming. I came right over the handlebars. I hit something with my pedal. It raised up the rear end of my bike, and I went over the handlebars on the trail. And that's what happened. So a few healing prayers would be nice. I'd appreciate that. But 15 stitches right here to close that sucker up. So that's what's going on with me. Not to try to inundate you guys with a lot of personal stuff, but that one hurt.
Well, I'm glad you're good. You're all right. And it wasn't worse than it was.
Didn't break any teeth, which I thought was a miracle. But just cracked me up a little bit. No damage on the chin itself. I just laid it open. So I'm okay. So everything's good, man. I'm here tonight, and that's what counts.
Yep, we're all glad. All right. Any what we got? Let's see, hashtag Typing Gibbs.
Yeah, yep. You just said that. I'll say hashtag skid marks and hashtag slab fire.
All
Which
right.
we saw some slab fire tonight.
We sure did, man. We saw a bunch of slab fire. That last one, woo.
Yeah, that was definitely that was a slab fire steal right there.
That 88 Max medallion redemption. That was nice. So,
yeah, a couple of really nice deals tonight, man. People, they made out. It just goes to show you that you can find some good stuff on eBay still. Just be patient.
Well, not to go off another tangent, but I think with the way the economy is getting ready to head, there's going to be a lot of good stuff coming out. So
yeah,
the next 6 months, buckle up, Buttercup.
Yeah, well, let's hope there's no government shutdown.
Well, it's a government shutdown, but it's not because they get back paid. But they just have no pay right there. So
right.
Yeah. So, anyway,
the politics out of it.
Exactly. So yeah, those folks that they can get their shit straight. So
yeah,
they need to come and get a real job. Is what they need. $175,000 work for so many months a year. Anyway, so for me, Logan, we appreciate you watching, listening to the show, podcasts out in Australia and Russia,
Hong Kong, Ireland, all kinds of places, man. Yeah, thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah, we appreciate it. And the folks in the U.S., New York, Tennessee, South Carolina, we appreciate it. And we got some good races coming up this weekend. So everybody be safe. And we will catch everybody next week. We'll have another exciting show.
I'm trying to figure out what to do with my hands still.
Gotcha. All right. Pet Bella. So.
Yeah, she's right here.
All right. We're out of here.